Hello and good morning, everybody. Welcome to our podcast, Echoes of Your School, Chhauni. And today I'm here with our beloved Chhauni ma'am, who is our ECA and CCA coordinator. So, hello, Chhauni ma'am, how are you doing?
Thank you so much, Aradhya. I'm pretty good. What about you?
I'm very fine, I'm very fine, ma'am. So, how do you feel right now?
I'm feeling quite interesting, quite excited, and nervous too. Because this is the first time I'm giving this kind of interview, especially to a student. I'm hopeful for the entire podcast show.
Okay, let's start that. So my main question is like from your early ages as a student, like specifically speaking, like when you were in the 10th grade, do you remember which kind of student were you? For example, like were you a quiet student who always read books, or were you an athletic student who was like very athletic in almost everything, like good in sports and studies?
Okay, thinking about my journey as a 10th grader student, I was actually a studious student and not like a nerd, but I was actually active in the ECA and CCA activities too. So thinking about my grade 10, I was also the school captain of my school, so during that period of time, I was quite into leadership and yes, study as well, because at that time SLC holds a huge matter at that time. So I was quite studious too. And I used to participate in many of the events that the school organizes, and I was much more into public speaking. I was much more into the leadership roles. So it was quite a good time during my school time.
Do you remember when you first got into public speaking or as like a leader role in your school?
Yeah, I remember that. When I was a student of 5th grade, I got the opportunity from my school to host the annual day of the school. And it was my first public appearance in front of around 500 to 600 audience. A 5th grader student who entirely hosted the annual day of my school, and it was a quite good experience. I was nervous too, and yes, I was nervous because my parents were there to see me, and I was hosting with my sister who was in grade 10 at that time, and I was thinking about whether we will be coordinated or not, how will the event go, as it was for the first time I was doing. So it was a great experience at that time. Later on, after that, I got to host many of the programs. I got to conduct many of the public speaking classes in my school as well. We used to get public speaking trainings in our school. So that was a great time, which helped me to increase and improvise my public speaking skills.
That sounds great, but like when you started public speaking,
Yeah.
and your school noticed that you were good at it,
Yeah.
did they take you out for competitions like inter-school debate competitions, or like inside the school inter-house or inter-classes debate competitions?
My school gave me a lot of opportunities. Like we give opportunities to the students at Euroschool Chhauni. I got similar opportunities too. It should not be good to say, but I was good at speeches. So I used to be the first priority among my school teachers for the public speakings, be it in Nepali language or English language. So kind of now I feel that it was kind of biased from my school as well, because now we think that participation from each and every student is essential. No one should be repeated mostly. But I used to get a lot of opportunities, which was good for me. But when I think it was not fair for other students of my school. So yes, I got huge opportunities for public exposures. I participated a lot in poem competitions, oratory competitions, debate competitions, and yes, the most important thing is I used to get medals too. I used to be in the merit list too. So it was a good experience and a learning experience at that time.
That sounds great.
Thank you.
Okay. So the next question is, what is the biggest misunderstanding that students face while they think what are they talking about? Like when teachers are talking about them, in the staff room?
Okay, so normally teachers in the staff room or wherever they are meeting, the major agenda they are talking is about students' welfare. But yes, we see kind of confusion among students that teachers must be backbiting them, but it is something, a clear confusion that has been created with the students. It's not like that. Whenever teachers assemble together or they are in a department meeting and all, there is a kind of discussion related to the students that is only for their betterment. Student might think that teachers are poking upon one students only. They are like teaming up and they are poking upon one student, but it is not that. We are completely into discussions that how we can improve that students, how we can clear the doubt of the student, how we can make that student a better human being. Even if he or she might have problems with the parents too, with any sort of teachers, we take feedback from other teammates that how he or she is doing in your class, right? So that it can be helpful for us to take that same idea or a better idea to deal with that students. So I request students not to think that teachers are just against them, are like complaining about them when they are meeting. It's completely different. We are talking about students' improvement, welfare, and betterment, only planning like that.
Yeah. Well, teachers also help students like get successful also, and they
Yeah.
also impact a huge role in their life also.
Yeah.
So like so next question is like when a student is going through a tough day, like a tough day or a tough time with their family members and with their friends.
Yeah.
Do teachers notice like when teachers are very busy and they're like having a very hard month or very like packed month, especially in like some events that are happening in schools, like for example sports week or some debate competition, every single teacher is almost focusing on the main students who can talk and who can win them something. But what about students who want to join but cannot because of their lack of confidence? How can teachers overcome that? And yeah.
Okay, that's a good question. Let me go step by step with your questions. Okay, first you asked me that how do teachers deal with the students going with a rough time, right? They might be stressful about their studies, they might be stressful with their parents and all, so or friends, any kind of things. Yes, teachers do notice, and at Euroschool Chhauni, it is our prior goal, it is our primary goal to focus on each and every student. It doesn't matter a teacher is having a hectic schedule, but a teacher who notices that a student is quite off. It might be because he is not well, he or she is not well. It might be because he or she is having any sort of study distress or any kind of personal family matter distress. We do notice them, and we create such kind of environment to which the student is comfortable. That teacher approaches to that student so that the students can freely express their pain, their sorrows, their tough time, whatever is the reason, so that the teacher can help him how he or she can get it out, right? And we have done it multiple times, right? Because we believe that students who have entered their teens right after 10 or 11, they go through a lot of changes, and one-to-one care and concern addressing is very, very necessary. So yes, teachers understand. If not one, we obviously suggest the other who is comfortable to share with. So teachers do understand students' problem and try to cater them. Even we go through PTM meetings, personal meetings, so that we can inform the parents that your child is going through this trauma. Please have a look on it. So we try to cater the students' needs in this way at Euroschool Chhauni. And yes, the other questions, like there are students who think that I am not capable of anything. Yes, I want to perform myself, but I am not getting the platform. As I said, Euroschool Chhauni gives equal opportunity to participation. We do not choose students randomly. You might have addressed, right? You just talked about sports week, isn't it? So you might have noticed that we organize hits for the selections, right? So that whoever is willing to participate can participate. And we choose the student who comes out, who who comes out from that selection process, right? So each and every student gets a chance at least to participate. It's up to them whether they can perform their finest, their best. But it's when it's about a competition, a school also thinks that the best one needs to come out. But having said that, it's not that the school chooses randomly. There is a process of selection where all the students are given equal chances. So we have been addressing this in not just in not just in Sports Week, but we also have addressed this in inter-school quiz competitions, spell bee competitions, oratory competitions, and also we give platforms where students can showcase themselves. Like we do conduct MUN, we do conduct WSC, where we do not ask student on their okay, you are eligible, you are not eligible, right? Students who are interested are free to open, free to enter and explore WSC, MUN, that is for everyone. They get equal space. It's upon the student that whether they want to shine or not. So this is how we do at Euroschool Chhauni.
This is very good, but sometimes when a student wants to open up to a teacher, it's like there's like an invisible wall that is like sometimes stopping them with like to open up with a specific teacher or like around the staff overall. How can students overcome this, and how can teachers slowly build trust with the students without like breaking this wall?
Okay, you are saying that there is an invisible wall between students and teachers, sometimes willing to share but unable to share, right? So first thing that I would want to tell to each and every student at Euroschool Chhauni, please don't create that invisible wall by your own, because all the teachers here are friendly, I would say. But at the same time, I request students to be respectful to the teachers. They are friendly, but we need to understand our limitations, right? Boundaries. So regarding this invisible wall, what I suggest is, yes, they can open up with any of the teacher they feel like comfortable, right? If not, at least there is student council member, right? If you are unable to express your feelings with the teachers, there is council members, isn't it? Council is elected by you, so they are there to help you guys out, okay? So you can tell them, or you can write a letter to them that this is the problem that we are facing or I am facing. How can you help me to get through it? So that at least the council can be a bridge between teachers and students to cater their needs, to cater their problems, okay? So that all the students feel secure, heard, listened, and valued at Euroschool Chhauni. So please use the student council very actively. They are the important one to cater the needs of their friends, their colleagues, and their juniors, okay? So we request all the students, please use your student council because you have elected them. They are there. They will listen to you. If you are unable to share it to us, please share it to them. Thank you.
Yes, and also in many students' eyes, many teachers are trustworthy enough, even more than friends. But what makes this trust like it's like this? Trust is built slowly. Like there's a baseline, and it goes up and up and up and up. But it only takes one shake to collapse that whole building. So how can we build that trust more easily or more like faster? But what does it take to just completely like
shatter the trust? Okay, as you said, all the teachers at our school are trustworthy, right? So you've already used the word trustworthy. So it is a kind of human value that if you have already put upon on somebody, then it cannot be broken easily, I would say, okay? So normally what happens among the teenagers is that they try to listen something that others are saying. That might be true, that might not be true, right? So I would suggest to students not to go to any kind of rumor, not to follow any kind of rumor that you are listening about a teacher or about an incident that happened to a student due to a teacher. Because the student might portray it as he might have faced, or he or she might portray it in a different way than the real happening, right? So as I said, the word trustworthy is already mentioned there. I request the students to particularly confess something to that particular teacher with whom they might have issues, or about whom they are having kind of problem with, so that the two person can talk together and get a solution point, right? Instead of keeping a hatred regarding that teacher. Oh, I trusted him so much, I said all my feeling, I expressed all of my things to that teacher, and he or she is expressing it like it's valueless. How can he or she do that? It is a kind of confusion that students create in their mind, right? You know why? Because students are following the rumors, isn't it?
Yes.
But instead of following that rumors, why can't the students personally talk to that teacher, like, excuse me ma'am, excuse me sir, may we have a time to talk with each other, so that there is a kind of so that the students can clear the doubts, isn't it?
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
And we can come to a point of agreement what the actual thing is about, isn't it?
Yes.
The rumors can be different. So it's better to talk with the person than to follow the rumors that are going around. Because we know, we have played the game Chinese whisper, right?
Yes.
We say something, but when it goes to a mass, it comes to be other, isn't it?
Yes.
So it's better to talk to the teacher personally.
Yes. Well, sometimes also there are different teachers, or like the US School Chhauni has separated different teachers according to their subject, right?
Yeah.
But
We
yeah.
have different departments.
Yes, but some students are very good at some subjects,
Yeah.
as well as very poor at some subjects.
Yeah.
For example, a student might be very good at English but
Yeah.
very bad at maths,
Yeah.
or like social. You are also a social teacher.
Yeah.
So my main question was that if a student is failing your written test or the examination, but he or she is a really kind person, a very understanding and a very like helpful, like he he or she doesn't disrespect anyone, even if it's a younger brother or sister, or even a high level of personnel.
Okay.
Do you think that student has passed your subject, or will they have failed?
Okay, let me be very clear to you this, okay? Yes, as I said you, all the students cannot be perfect in all the subject matters, right? It is about their choices, it is about their interest and capabilities, right? So, if one of my student is good at English, good at maths, but yes, not so good at social studies, right? Because now it is Samajik Adhyan and it is in Nepali. And we know that most of the students are facing problem with writing, not just in our school, but everywhere. But in most of the schools, if we go through it, most of the children are facing problems, right? But let me make you one thing clear, okay? We are talking about the assessment, isn't it? You said it's
Yes.
fail or poor. I will not use the term failure because it's something that we should not use nowadays. It is not an appropriate term.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter if my student is not good at writing, but is good at behavior. We do assess him internally for that. We have until grade 4 to 8, we have internal assessments, right?
Yes.
Where we assess him for 50 marks for his internal assessment and 50 for his written assessment, isn't it?
Yes.
So the 50 marks overall includes their projects work, their class discipline, their etiquettes, their sincerity, their attentiveness, right?
Yes.
So on that basis also we are assessing a student. So I will not say that student is completely a failure. I would not like to use this term because he or she is good in his or her internal behaviors, right? So
Yes.
he or she will be assessed there too. And yes, regarding the written assessment, and mostly I would term non-graded NG, if he or she does not score the passing score, he or she is termed as NG, right? Non-graded. But yes, at this point of time, we do have PTMs, right? We go one-on-one PTM. It's not about a group or a mass PTM.
Yes.
We go one-on-one PTM. And though the student have scored NG in one particular subject, let's talk about my subject, okay? I do not say that he or she is completely poor, he or she cannot do it, that do and that. No. I usually give a clear vision of his internal scores to his parents, right? And regarding the NG that he or she might have scored in the written exam, I talk about the detailings, right? Where or she can improve, right?
Yes.
He or she is doing good, he or she can do much better. But how? I suggest that. Not just I, every teacher at Euroschool Chhauni attending PTM suggests that, right?
Yes.
So that we can work collectively for the betterment of that child. And even during the PTMs, if the parents are not able to meet to the subject teachers, there are class teachers responsible. The class teachers share the concern of the parents to the respective subject teachers, and they address their concerns, so that doesn't matter if parents are not able to meet the teacher there, but the concerns are being heard, the concerns are being valued, so that we believe we are catering the student's need. We are trying to make the student better in a dual relationship, parent and teacher relationship. We do remind parents where they have to work for their children's betterment, and parents are there where parents recommend us where we can emphasize more for the betterment of their children. And yes, the ultimate arrow meets at one point, and that is students.
Yes.
And that's make a triangle. So we collaboratively work for the betterment of a child. This is how we do it.
Yeah, but mainly in your school, Chhauni, instead
Yeah.
of PTMs,
Yeah.
there's a thing called PSTM.
Yeah, PSTM.
Yeah, but my opinion is,
Yeah.
like, my saying is this really necessary to bring the child and set them right in front of the teacher,
Yeah.
while the parents and teachers are talking about his or her own grades and her own mistakes, where sometimes the teacher might slip some words where the student might feel uncomfortable,
Okay.
or not, like, let's just say, a little bit not worthy enough to do something. Yeah.
Okay.
Instead of PSTMs, do you think like PTMs are better or PSTMs?
There are two perspectives, okay? Normally we have PSTMs before the examinations, if you
Yes.
notice it, right? PTMs after the examinations. Mostly it's about the result distribution, the performance of the students during after the examination. That is the PTM, right? Another one, we have PSTM that we usually do before the examinations, isn't it? So don't you think PSTM, parent student teacher meeting, is necessary? Because we are preparing that student for the examinations, right? How he or she is doing, right? And how he or she can improve during the PSTM. It's not just about the wrongdoings are being discussed about a student. It's also about how a student can be improved. And students at Euroschool Chhauni, please don't keep in mind one thing, that PSTM is about complaints. No, it's completely not. So it's a clear confusion, right? PSTM is about how a parent, how a teacher can improvise a student in their studies, how they can assist them more in their studies on this, isn't it?
Yes.
Because parents play equal role, teachers play equal role, right?
Yes.
Without the collaboration, it is not necessary. And as you said, why a student need to be called, isn't it? Who is going to be improved? Student, right? But it is necessary there to discuss right from the student's point of view. Because when we are having PSTM, it's not just about teacher and the parents speaking, isn't it?
Yes.
We do ask students about their ideas, isn't it?
Yes.
So we do ask students like how they have been doing, what was their expectation, are they fulfilling it or not, right? Are they having any sort of difficulty or not? Will they need any extra support or not? So PSTM is necessary because we listen to the students' need at that time. And there are students who might feel like discomfortable expressing that, but yes, it has helped most of the students in our school to overcome their fear. Like whoever hesitate to come to the teacher and speak, they have spoke there in front of parents. Most of them feel secure. Yes, there are some students who feel like, oh my God, why am I doing this? Why this? Why me? But it's not necessary, okay? Because PSTM is conducted specially for the students' betterment, right? So we get to listen from students what is their ideas, in which subject matter they are confused in, right? And you know one thing, whenever PSTM is conducted, we do not conduct it in front of all the teachers. There is only the class teacher, there is the block coordinator, if he or she is available at that time, and the student and the parents. So it's just a very short circle meeting. So the student does not need to be that much afraid, because he or she is expressing it in front of a very small circle, and as you said, a trustworthy circle, right? So PSTM is necessary. And PTM is about his progress, is about his improvement, where he or she will be working more after their assessment results. So this is how we have differentiated PSTM and PTMs.
Okay, so it was a pleasure talking with you and getting your opinions.
Okay.
Hope to interview one more time in the future.
Yeah, thank you so much, Aradhya, for inviting me. This is a great platform, I guess, where I got an opportunity to express every teacher's word here. Because as you said, we are working for the students, right? Their betterment is our prior goal, isn't it? So students do not need to feel any kind of hesitation, problem in sharing their ideas with teachers, okay? Students are completely safe and secure with the teachers at Euroschool Chhauni. We are actually your trustworthy resources, I would say, okay? So yes, I hope my words will be effective. My words will be useful for every student here at Euroschool Chhauni who thinks that can we believe in teachers or not? So students, do not worry. We are here for you. We all give you equal importance. You all are valued. You all are heard. And you all are safe and secure and loved at Euroschool Chhauni. Thank you so much, Aradhya.
Thank you.